So, welcome back to the lecture series on mathematics in Python. Today, I will be telling you how to add two simple numbers. It looks simple, but let me talk about the preconditions and prerequisites of it. So, this is a variable name which is perfectly allowed in Python. Okay, like this, also, you can define a variable name, but before the variable, you cannot give any special character. This is totally wrong, not allowed. Even a number before a variable name is wrong. So let me just come back to the program which I have already written. AA1 is equal to 4.4. I am defining a number 4.4 and I am giving it to a variable called AA1, and here I am printing it out, and I think this is a very simple and easy task which anybody of you can do it. Similarly, I take BB2 and I define it to be 8.8. So this is another variable name. Here, this one is, you have to pay close attention to it. Okay, single quote open, single quote close. In between that, I have written a string AA1 plus BB2. It will get printed out like this. This is equal to over here. This is again between two single quotes, and you can see a comma here, comma here. So this equal to is treated as a string, not that mathematical equal to. Mind you, this is an equal to of a string, because Python is handling it just like a string, and here I am giving out the addition of two numbers which is equal to AA1 plus BB2, which is equal to 4.4 plus 8.8. There is a very small rounding of error over here, but otherwise I guess this much error you can easily ignore. So the result will be 13.2, and after that you can see so many small zeros after the decimal, which is too small to be taken seriously. Okay, so this one I'll be going to the further programming part of it, but let me first of all tell you how to increase the font size in Python. Okay, and I just let me just first of all, okay, I am let me take it 27. Okay, this will be okay. Okay, so this is very common task. I have got a circle. I have got the radius of the circle, and I have to find out the diameter, the circumference, and the area. Okay, this is a school level thing, so nothing complicated about it. So first of all, I call the mathematical part of the Python. I use import math. Then print value of pi. I think math.py, you already know this is 22 by 7. The value of pi will be 22 by okay, so the value will be 3 point. Okay, so 1 4. Okay, so that all you can calculate from Python. Okay, anyways, coming back to it. Okay, so radius is equal to, it is asking for the radius. Float is the input type of it, and it is saying give radius. This give radius will get printed out, and radius here is a variable name. D is equal to diameter, and this is equal to 2 multiplied by radius, and here the diameter value, diameter will be getting printed out because I have used the print over here. And after that, circumference, CIRCUMFERENCE, this is equal to 2 multiplied by math.py, which is 22 by 7, multiplied by radius. Okay, so this is 2 pi r. Okay, let me write it over here for your convenience. Okay, see, if you have to learn any programming language, first of all, I will recommend you that you should do real hands-on practice. Okay, simply studying a book or watching a YouTube channel, that will be of little help to you. Okay, just do the practice, get the errors, get the warnings. If you are not able to solve me, you can contact me. I have given my email ID, and I have given the my address of my website. Okay, so you can just tell me, sir, this is the error and we are not able to resolve it. Simply, if that will be an overconfidence if you think that by simply just reading a book or watching some random YouTube videos, you will be able to learn Python. I'm sorry for that. Okay. So, okay. So then here what I'm doing is I'm printing out circumference. Value is okay, and area, AREA. Okay. So just let me write it for your convenience. Okay. A is equal to area. This is equal to pi r. square to the power 2. Okay, so here I'm printing out the area. So let me execute it and see the output. Okay, so I'll keep the radius to be 2 or 3. Let us keep it small and simple so that it is easy for you to verify the experimental data. Okay, so this is 3.141. Okay, so this was the value of pi. Okay, and so the radius, I'll take it 3. So diameter is radius multiplied by 2, then circumference is 6. That's 2 pi r. Okay, so that is okay, so this will be okay. Yeah, 6 multiplied by pi. 6 is equal to 3 multiplied by 2. Okay, and area is pi r square. This is also okay, I guess. Okay, so this is how you have to work on the different I'll call it attributes of a circle. Okay, and so coming to the less okay, so this one is regarding okay, so okay, the next part of it. Okay, so here what I'm doing is I am trying to find out the prime number between, I'll call it the list of prime numbers. I'm finding out all the prime numbers between the maximum number and the minimum number. Okay, so surely I'll be giving you a lot of experimental demos to it. So first of all, small number is I'll take two numbers. So user has to give the two numbers. First one is the lower one. Okay, and big number is the upper one. Okay, so here it will be printing out all the prime numbers between the minimum range and the maximum range. Okay, so I just take a range, for example 10 and 100. So the minimum value is 10, the above value is 100. So it will be printing out all the prime numbers which lie between 10 and 100. Okay, so for num, I think you can guess it out. For number in range between small number and big number plus 1, just ignore it. 100 or 101. Okay, anyways, you can do manual modification later on. Okay. So here, if number is greater than 1, because anyways, in 99.9% calculations, if you are working on prime numbers, you always assume it that the prime number is greater than 1 only. Okay. So this is a variable name. Okay, so don't get confused for IIT in range. Simply you can with IIT also it will work. Okay, so simply okay. So instead of IIT, I've written T. Okay, for T in range between 2 to number. Okay, because prime numbers. Okay, so okay. So I will be doing testing from 2. Why? Because half of the numbers are divisible by 2. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Half of the numbers are divisible by 2 in this universe. Okay, for t in range between 2 to the number. Okay, so okay, so what is the value of num will go from 10 small number, big number 100. Okay, so it will keep on increasing. Okay, if num percent t is equal to 0. Okay, so if the remainder is 0. Okay, it will think that okay, so if the remainder is 0, what it will think is that okay, let's break it and let's stop the execution over here. Okay, otherwise it will print it. If I'm say for example, if I'm dividing 7 by 2, or if I'm dividing say 9 by 3, 9 by 3 remainder will be 0, so 9 is not a prime number. But 11 by 2, 11 divided by 3, 11 divided by 4, 11 divided by 5, 11 divided by 6, every time you are getting a non-zero number. Okay, so take example of 11. Okay, sorry for the spelling mistake. Okay, and okay, so okay, I'll put a comment over here just to avoid this error. Okay, so let me give you example of 11. Okay, so 11 divided by any number, you are dividing 11 by 3, 11 divided by 4, 11 divided by 9, 11 divided by 10, 11 divided by 8. Every time you are getting a non-zero output. Okay, so this is the remainder sign. Okay, percent is for remainder. This is another mathematical shortcut in Python. Okay, so if you are getting a non-zero value, so surely 11 will get selected over here. Let me give you a real life demo. Okay, then I think it will be much easy for you to figure it out. Okay, small number is 10, big number is 100. So here it's printing out all the numbers between 10 and 100, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, all are prime numbers. You can use big numbers up to millions and billions also, surely. 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, 53, 59, 61, all are prime numbers. Let me start from the reverse: 97, 89, 83, 79. Okay, so here what it is doing is that it is, first of all, if num percent t, okay. So this is okay. This one is the surely trickiest part of it. So first of all, the number, sorry, NUM, the variable NUM is greater than 1, and for t in range between 2 to num, okay. So variable t, the minimum value is 2 and the maximum value is from small number to this big integer. It lies in the middle of it, between 10 and 100, okay. So here what I'll be doing is that if num percent t, okay, so the value of t is that, okay, so if that division is equal to 0, okay, so similarly I've given you example of 11, I can give you another example of number 12 also, okay. So for example, if 12 divided by 3, the remainder is 0, 12 divided by 2, the remainder is 0, 12 divided by 4, the remainder is 0. Okay, so you don't have to perform so many divisions with number 12. Just one division is enough to find out that the remainder I'm getting 0, so 12 is not a prime number. But when it comes to the 13, okay, so 13, what is the small number? The answer is 10. Okay, so 13 divided by 10, the remainder you are getting out to be 3. Okay, so here 13 divided by 11, 13 divided by 12, every time I'm getting a non-zero remainder, so I'm concluding it that yes, it is not a prime number. Sorry, 13 is a prime number. I'm sorry for that. 13 is a prime number. I'm repeating it. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, so let me just give you another repetition. Okay, so first of all, I take the small number 10, big number 100. Okay, if number is greater than 1, it is actually for t in range. It is a new variable between 2 and num. Okay, so what is the value of num? Between 10 and 100. Okay, if num percent t, okay, so I'm just taking two variables, dividing one variable by another, and I'm incrementing the values. Simple as that. Okay, I've given you so many examples: number 11, number 12, number 13. Okay, and here I'm taking the minimum values of say these many numbers I've taken: 931582887253860888214. Here I'm printing the maximum value of it. Okay, so I just increase the space just to distinguish it. And maximum of -447, maximum -915, maximum of -888, -723, -808, and -814. Okay, so as you can see, the maximum is this one because it is closest to the 0. Here if I talk about minimum, then this number 7253 is the minimum. It has least number of digits, and the value of 7 is also comparatively less. Okay, so I think I have the correct output. Okay, so 7253 is the minimum of all the set, and -447 is the maximum of all the set. Okay, so let me show it to you for your further reference. Okay, and here you are. Okay, so in this sequence, the above one, the minimum is 7253, and here in the down one, the maximum is -447. In this sequence only, not overall. Okay, so don't get confused. Okay, here this is the next program. Yes, this is an application of mathematics again, because here I have got 5 different integers and sorry, float. Yeah, but you can extend it to integer also. Simply instead of float, I have to write int, 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 int. Okay, so surely you will get the same output. I mean the same functionality. Okay. Okay, simply just replace float by int, and rest everything you have to keep same. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Okay, and Control S. Okay, so here I'm taking 5 variables: S1, S2, S3, S4, and S5. Okay, I'm taking float, 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 input, 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 input. I'm taking subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, subject 4, and subject 5. I am taking the marks input of 5 different subjects. I find out the average. So this will be sum of scores divided by 5, and okay, so this is another variable, grade, and not possible. So surely I'll be calling it later on. This is a variable which I have just declared. Okay, I'll call it a variable string which I have declared. Okay, so I'll be surely calling it out. Okay, so if the average is greater than 100, see, student can get 100% marks. Student can get 100 out of 100 in all the subjects, but student will never get more than 100% marks. Okay, so if this value average of student is greater than 100, then it will saying not more than 100. Okay. Here it will say, okay, it is not possible, and grade, this variable string will get activated, it will get called, and it will say, okay, it's not possible. The final grade is, say, stu grade. Okay, so this is not more than 100. Okay, so this is another variable string. So let me just execute it step by step, and then only I'll be able to explain all the steps of it. So first of all, let me give him marks more than 100. Okay, subject 1 he got 111, subject 2 he got more than 100, more than 100, more than 100, and more than 100. Okay, okay, not more than 100. I think this I have to close, it's not required anymore. Now what I do, I give him 99% marks. Let us try 97 and 98. So the final grade is outstanding. Why? This loop gets activated now. If average is greater than 80 and average is less than 100, student grade is outstanding, and this variable string is called over here stu underscore grade. Okay, so let me go to the further step of it. And, so let me give him less than 79%. Okay, sorry to repeat. Okay, 76. Oh, I'm sorry, this is wrong. So let me give him less than 79%. Okay, so here let me try this. Okay, so here it is getting A grade. Why? Because if it is greater than 59 and less than or equal to 79, then it will be getting A grade. So the final grade is A, student underscore grade, this is equal to A. And if it further falls to average is greater than 39 and average is less than 58, it gets B grade. Okay, so let me try with an approximate value which can fit in. Okay, so here it is getting B grade, and if it is less than 39 or equal to less than 39, it is printing fail. Okay, so let me try with 0 marks over here, or 0 or 1. Okay, okay, or let me take. Okay, so here it is failed. Okay, so let me just zoom it out. Okay, so this is how you will be applying simple normal mathematics to calculate the average of 5 numbers. I think it was not tough. Okay, so moreover here what I'm doing is I'm in the next code I am just printing the cube. Okay, so sample number sample number is equal to end input range, from which range okay, I just wanted to print the cubes for NIT. This is a variable name. I can simply write n over here, small n, capital N, that doesn't matter, it will work. Okay, so here also I have removed NIT over here. Okay, range from 2 to sample number. Okay, wherever, whatever, you can take 5, 10, 15, 20, 50, 100. Okay, surely I'll be doing it, but and this is a new variable name bb1, and it is printing this cube n to the power 3, and here after that I'm just printing it out. Okay, so this is another easy calculation which anybody of you can do. Okay, so range so let me first zoom it out. take 100. This is going to be a big number. Okay. So all these are cubes. 8 is a cube, 27 is a cube, 64 is a cube, 125 is a cube, 216 is a cube, 343 is a cube, 512 is a cube, 729 is a cube, 1000 is a cube, 1331 is a cube. All are cubes. Okay. And okay. The now last one. Okay. So this one is another easy calculation. I'm just calculating the amount in a bank. If I know the principal, if I know the time, if I know the rate of interest. So principal is equal to input enter principal. Okay, and rate is rate of interest. Generally, inflation is around 5-7%. Okay. Time in years is 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 year. Okay, now this one is amount. Amount is equal to principal into 1 plus rate divided by 100. Now pay attention to this. Okay, first of all, the inner bracket gets solved, then this bracket gets solved, and after that I'm raised to the power time. Okay, so this is a spelling mistake. Okay, so anyways I think this is okay, because if I take TIME, then potentially possibly it can be any of the keywords depending on your interpreter or depending on your operating system. So let us avoid any danger, let us avoid any keyword over here. Okay, and here it is printing the amount. This is not a keyword. Okay, this I can take safely. Okay, so let me save it and run it. Okay, so let me take a small value just so that it is easy for you to verify. Principal is 100 rupees or $100 or 100 whatever euros. Okay, rate is 5%, years is for 2 years. Okay, so this is mathematically correct. This is the amount which I'm getting. Okay, that's all. And in next series of mathematics, I will be talking about further higher level mathematics and what makes Python a very good language for cryptography. Thank you.